Welcome back to the Make Time for Success podcast. This is episode number 112. I have to admit to you that I felt a little bit funny posting today's episode because today's episode is on the topic of luck. It's called How Absolutely Anyone Can Find Their Luck Every Day, or something like that title. And the reason why I felt a little twinge of anxiety about it is because I know that there are many people in the world who don't feel like we can affect reality. They feel that there's reality and then there's reality. And I, with all due respect to that portion of the universe, beg to differ. I really believe that the way we perceive things, the way we experience things, the way we allow things to be in our lives and world really makes a difference. And that the way we take advantage of all the things around us also makes a difference in the world. There's an exchange of energy, even when we are sitting still, even when we're not making decisions, even when we're not acting. But there's a really big exchange of energy when we are intentional, when we are going for our dreams, when we are building things that nobody's ever seen before. These are magical, yes, but they're also things that we have some connection to. And I'm going to discuss all my thoughts about this topic of luck and creative magic, perhaps, in today's episode. So let's go listen to this episode together now. Hi, I'm Dr. Christine Lee, and I'm a psychologist and a procrastination coach. I've helped thousands of people move past procrastination and overwhelm so they could begin working to their potential. In this podcast, you're going to learn powerful strategies for getting your mind, body, and energy to work together so that you can focus on what's really important and accomplish the goals you want to achieve. When you start living within your full power, you're going to see how being productive can be easy and how you can create success on demand. Welcome to the Make Time for Success podcast. Hello, my friend. Today I'm going to talk about luck. And the reason I chose this topic for today's podcast episode is I saw a very funny video on TikTok. TikTok is a social media platform where people describe their experiences in life. And there's all sorts of videos on that platform, ranging from political to videos of people creating food, to stories of heartbreak, to stories of little puppies connecting with human beings. It's basically the whole range of human experience in a social media app or a platform. And so this video that I saw was of a young woman sitting in her car describing her experiment with using the phrases, "I am so lucky, everything is going right for me." And the great thing about this video, which garnered more than 7 million views, is that she was describing all the wins that she quickly had right after saying those words to herself. I am so lucky, everything is going right for me. What happened to her is that she scored cheap flights to Vegas, and then she was able to convince her friends to go with her. And then later that same day, she went to get a manicure. She found someone that she knew in the salon, and that person, without prompting, offered to pay for her manicure. So this young woman landed back in her car and was near hysterical, saying to herself, I am so lucky, everything is going right for me, because she was trying to generate even more good fortune for herself. This was such an adorable little TikTok. And again, it prompted this ripple effect of me sharing with you my ideas about how to get luck for yourself. I encourage you to be like the young woman in the car in the TikTok video, because all that she has accessed is also available to you. And I'm going to explain why. I have 3 ideas. The first idea is that when we start to believe that we're lucky, we start not seeing only the dark corners of every room. Before you start to believe in positive thinking, positive mindset, and the law of attraction, which is this stuff that when we believe we are lucky, we start to generate luck, then we stop having to only focus on things that worry us, the worry, the anxiety, the stress, the jealousy, the envy, the lack, the calamity that might be around the corner, the fear, the danger. And we start to see instead the entire room. And the entire room is really, really big. The entire room is filled with possibilities where people might pay for your manicure, where you might be in Vegas the next day. And when we're focusing only on our stress and our worry, we can't see those free trips and those fun events and those fun encounters, those happy accidents, because we're focused in the dark corner of our room and we end up being trapped in that dark corner. And I want to have you all be released from that dark corner thinking. And I want you to start thinking about all the opportunity and the possibility that exists around you right as you're listening to this podcast episode. You're basically going to free yourself of fear when you start seeing all the possibility that is around you. It's not that negative things don't happen and that they don't exist. I'm not crazy, at least not right now. And I want you to see that you can relax and start to lean into this luck of yours. And that's what that young woman in the car did. She just leaned in a little bit and she saw so much more. The second idea that I have for you is that when we start to believe that we are lucky, we immediately launch ourselves into a better mood. You don't need chocolate. You don't need a lottery winning. You don't need somebody to give you a gift to put yourself in this better mood. You could just tell yourself, I'm so lucky. Everything is going right for me. Just saying those words really does elevate your mood. It's funny how that happens, but language is really powerful, isn't it? So when you decide that you are lucky, not only do you give yourself a boost in mood, you also start to do something else. You start to emit positive energy into the world. You start to share that with the world. You can't help it because the way you feel gets transmitted to our animals and to other people. And guess what else happens after that? When people sense that, they're going to be attracted to your positive energy because positive energy is really appealing. It's very attractive. And as the law of attraction teaches us, positive energy attracts positive energy. Like attracts like. It's as simple as that. When you feel well about yourself, when you feel well about your opportunities, when you feel safe, you're going to be open to attracting people who also feel that way, people who are comfortable in their own skin, people who are enjoying their lives, people who want to meet upbeat people. It just works like that. So positive attracts positive, no harm in elevating your positive. The third idea that I have to share is that when we see ourselves as being lucky, we also transform our state into one of gratitude. We start to feel grateful for what we are about to receive. We start to feel grateful for the things that we can't anticipate that are coming our way or might be on its way. And we start to be in a state of receiving. And that's a pretty calm state. We're not chasing anything. We're not guarding against anything. We're ready to receive whatever good stuff is in store. And we never know what that might be, really. We can't be in control of all of that. So when we're not feeling afraid, when we're feeling more positively, then we're basically not blocked. And one of the best tools for chasing success or having success or being successful is not feeling afraid and not doubting yourself. So if these two sentences, I am so lucky, everything is going right for me, is a quick tool for you to do that, use those two sentences. Again, I am so lucky, everything is going right for me. I want you to experiment with all of this. Experiment, experiment, experiment. Why not? It doesn't hurt. And I think you're going to find that all of this really works. I'm going to share with you my own personal story of being the girl in the car, of that day long, long ago when I had just read the book, The Secret, that explains the law of attraction, and I wanted to test out if it really worked. I sat myself down at a mahjong table. And if you don't know what mahjong is, it's a Chinese tile game where 4 people sit at a table and compete to be the fastest person to win a hand. And what I did that day is I wished for myself to win the game, but also to win it using the hardest hand possible in Mahjong. And guess what happened? I think you're going to know the end of the story. I ended up winning not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row with this almost impossible hand to create. So it's kind of like getting a royal flush in poker 3 times in a row and winning. So as you can imagine, from that point on, I was never a doubter again. I fully believe in the power of positive thinking. I consider myself an incredibly lucky woman and person. And I really intend to keep my life going in that direction. And I hope you'll join me in that pursuit and in that effort and in that joy. Decide that today is the day where everything will be going your way without doubt. It's that doubt that really prevents us from going full force. It's that doubt that makes us confused about which direction we should be headed in. It's that doubt that makes us feel like we've got a lower mood. So eliminate the doubt, head for the luck, head for the fun. The world is basically a magical, huge version of TikTok, right? There's so much for us to do, so much for us to enjoy and film and video and share our funny stories with our friends with. All my prepositions are spilling out today, but that's because I'm a lucky girl. I'm so lucky to have you as a listener on this show. And I really, really thank you for being here week after week to hear my guests and to hear me talk about things that will help you to make time for success. If you're still doubting that this luck thing really works, I have a tool for you. And if you're really interested in luck, this tool is for you as well. I've created a free downloadable resource to help you connect with your own ability to see the good luck that surrounds you. So it's a free resource all about your ways to see the good luck in your life. To get this free download, just go to procrastinationcoach.com/lucky. Again, it's procrastinationcoach.com/lucky. And always remember, you are a lucky, lucky person. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Make Time for Success podcast. If you enjoyed what you've heard, you can subscribe to make sure you get notified of upcoming episodes. You can also visit our website, maketimeforsuccesspodcast.com, for past episodes, show notes, and all the resources we mention on the show. Feel free to connect with me over on Instagram too. You can find me there under the name Procrastination Coach. Send me a DM and let me know what your thoughts are about the episodes you've been listening to. And let me know any topics that you might like me to talk about on the show. I'd love to hear all about how you're making time for success. Talk to you soon.